Dr. Kersey, how are you doing today?
Great, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We're here for the paddle tournament, Indy paddle tournament weekend, and you've been here for 20 years. Is that right?
Just about 20, yeah.
And what's your role here this weekend to make sure everybody's medically safe and sound?
Yeah, I actually just kind of help cover the event a little bit for Ludo and make sure if anyone has any medical needs as it relates to an acute injury or some other potential problem. There's a lot of folks that come from out of town. These tournaments that you're paying attention and watch, these points go a long time, and a lot of calf, Achilles, knee, quad injuries are things that are pretty common in this sport. So I try to oversee and make sure there aren't any potential needs, and if there are, try to circumvent any issues or also direction that could be beneficial to the guys. Usually it's a lot of direction and education, but knock on wood, hopefully nothing too extreme.
Now it's taken on a lot of the senior citizens in the world. They've really started to love paddle, and I know that they don't have to cover a tennis court, but would you say that injuries happen more often because they think they're out there and not have to cover as much area, but they're still sticking and moving back and forth and could rip an ear or whatever? What's some of the scenarios with that?
Yeah, it's a good question. You're right, the surface is a lot smaller. The angles and direction changes a lot quicker in paddle because you can play off the walls and off the back. The other one issue is the surface is real graded, kind of like sandpaper, and so it doesn't slip or slide. You stick a decent amount, so there's not a lot of slide that happens when people are stopping and starting. So foot and ankle, Achilles, calf, those are a lot of areas that are a little vulnerable in sports like paddle and pickle.
So you've been able to help medically a few top sports individuals, one being Peyton Manning, is that correct?
Yeah, I used to work for the Colts for a while, so I got to be a part of that whole process through the 2000s a little bit while we were decently successful here in the Colts.
And you do have a Super Bowl ring, is that also correct?
That is correct.
That is wonderful. What was it like for you working with the Colts when that scenario happened?
It was pretty surreal, to be honest. I was decently young at the time, obviously, and I'm from a small rural town in Indiana. Not many people from where I grew up go to the Super Bowl, so it was quite a life event for sure. And just to actually be directly involved and then to have the success at the end or win the Super Bowl was something pretty unbelievable.
So you're here today. You go back to work next week. What is the current work? You're not with the Colts currently.
Yeah, I work at St. Vincent Sports Performance. I'm the medical director of our program up there. So manage a lot of sports medicine, sports performance issues, take care of a lot of colleges, local high schools, club teams. So decently busy. There's a lot of activity in central Indiana around the sports world. So big, robust club, sport world, as well as high school events.
So why did you want to even go into the medical field to help people in the first place? What was the trigger scenario?
I got injured as a young kid when I was in high school playing sports, and actually coincidentally, one of the guys playing behind me here, Brad Reddick, his dad, was a very prominent sports medicine physician who was a big impetus and mentor of mine coming into the sports medicine world.
Well, that's beautiful. I appreciate you always helping the people stay healthy, stay fit, and keep moving. Just like the guys out behind you.
Absolutely. Everybody keep moving, that's for sure.
All right.
Thanks, Sean.
Well, have a great day.
Thank you.